But that's not how the world works. And so all of that, when we look at our experiences, when we look in the lives of loved ones, when we just look around our planet, it leads many of us to wrestle with this question: who needs a God who allows pain and suffering? And the reason why it's critical to lean into this question is because it is inevitable that you will face pain and suffering in your life. We're introduced to him in Job chapter 1. We're told, in the land of Uz, there lived a man whose name was Job. This man was blameless and upright. He feared God, and he shunned evil. Now, here's what's interesting. If you read the Old Testament, the Hebrew Scriptures, almost every character is Jewish. This is chronicling the history of the Israelite nation leading up to Jesus. Job is not. He's from the land of Uz. Modern scholars aren't even sure where the land of Uz was, at the risk of sounding Dr. Seuss. It was like, we don't know, which is all intentional by the narrator. He's not putting it in the context of the history of Israel. He's saying, we are going to purely talk about the reality of human suffering and what it means for us today. And the thing you need to know about Job is that he was an upright man. He was a righteous man. He did what was right in the eyes of God and his fellow humans. He always did the right thing. He was morally pure. He feared God and shunned evil. Then the narrator gives us an example of how upright he was. It says, his sons used to hold feasts in their homes on their birthdays, and they would invite their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. When a period of feasting had run its course, Job would make arrangements for them to be purified. Early in the morning, he would sacrifice burnt offerings for each of them, thinking, perhaps my children have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. This was Job's regular custom. So the narrator says, for example, he was such a devout and righteous man, whenever his kids have a birthday party, he would offer a sacrifice for each and every one of his 10 kids. Maybe they sinned at the party. Maybe they cursed God. I want to atone for that. Now, he's sending a message out to the moralists in his audience, where good things should happen to good people and bad things should happen to bad people. He's sending the message, no, nobody was better than Job. He was more righteous than anyone. He was the most righteous man on the face of the earth in his generation, the greatest man among his peers. Well, here's what happened. The narrator sets the scene, and then the camera pans up to heaven, where God is having an all-staff meeting with the angels. One day, the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came with them. Now, you've experienced this. You're at an all-staff meeting. Satan walks in. The Hope Church staff doesn't know what that means. The Lord said to Satan, where have you come from? Satan answered the Lord, from roaming throughout the earth and going back and forth on it. Satan shows up at the meeting. God said, what are you doing? Satan's like, honestly? I'm going back and forth through the earth looking for someone to destroy. You know what, God? Let's be honest. I hate you. I hate everything good you made. What I'm doing is I'm looking for a target. I'm looking for prey. I'm looking for someone that I can tempt and cause to lose faith in you. I want to make someone's life so miserable they will curse you to your face, God, because that will make a mockery out of you, and it will make a mockery out of the faith they had in you. I don't know, what are you up to? That's what I'm up to this weekend, says the devil to God. Then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil. Oh, you're looking for someone to tempt? You're looking for someone to use to make a mockery out of me? Have you considered Job? He loves me. He's a good man. He's a God-fearing man. Now, we read that and we're like, wait, whoa, what? You just offered up this good, moral man and upright man to Satan for him to tempt? Now, that's how we read it, but notice something interesting. Notice how agitated Satan gets at this suggestion. Does Job fear God for nothing? Satan replied. Have you not put a hedge around him and his household and everything he has? You have blessed the work of his hands, so that his flocks and herds are spread throughout the land. But now, stretch out your hand and strike everything he has, and he will surely curse you to your face. Job doesn't love you. You've given him a golden life. Everything he touches turns to gold. He lives a charmed life. You think he loves you? No. He loves his easy life. If you take away what he has, he will curse you. The Lord said to Satan, very well then, everything he has is in your power, but on the man himself do not lay a finger. Then Satan went out from the presence of the Lord. So the scene for the entire story is set. Satan makes the argument to God. God, Job doesn't love you. Job only loves you for what he gets out of you. Now, we all know what that feels like as humans, don't we? Have you ever had someone cozy up to you, snuggle up to you, glad hand you, like, hey, buddy, hey, pal, hey, good looking. But you come to find out later, they were not interested in you. They were trying to leverage you to get what they wanted. Maybe it was a connection. Maybe it was a network. Maybe it was a sale. Ladies, I know a lot of us in the room know what that feels like. To have a guy come on to you, to be all into you, but then when you say no to sleep with him, 180, he's gone. Or maybe you said yes, 180, he's gone. Because he didn't love you, he wanted to get something out of you. And when we experience that, how does it feel to be used like that? It is dehumanizing to be objectified by someone who is only looking to get something out of you and doesn't actually love you. Satan is arguing, God, that's you and Job. He doesn't love you. He loves you for what he gets out of you. End of story. And Satan is onto something because there is something in our natural human hearts that wants to objectify God like this. That rather than loving God for who God is, loving God for what we get out of God. And we are delighted with God when he sends the blessings. We're delighted with God when our children are healthy and wealthy and wise. We are delighted with God when work's going well, when health is going well, when relationships are going well. But then when we hit some bumps, all of a sudden, hey, wait a minute, you're not living up to your half of the bargain, God. Satan's like, that's what I know about the human heart. And as soon as all of the good things you've given to Job are taken away from him, I am telling you, God, he doesn't love you. He's using you for what he gets out of you. And that's Satan's play. That's Satan's angle because he knows something. Suffering in this life reveals the foundations of your life. Like nothing else, suffering will reveal what you have built your life on. Which is why we react to different kinds of sufferings in different ways as humans. Because whatever you build your life on, when suffering comes, if it's not what you built your life on, suffering's never fun, but that's okay. I didn't build my life on that. Maybe I built my life on people-pleasing and being liked, not on money. So when suffering takes my money, I don't like it, but it's not bad. But when it causes me to lose my reputation, that's devastating. But suffering will reveal the foundation of your life. Now, if we don't understand that, we're going to miss the whole point of this book of the Bible. Without understanding this, Job looks like some pawn, like some victim in some cosmic power struggle between good and evil.